What you're going to see right now is how we made thousands of dollars just by playing fantasy sports and how we can keep making consistent cash in every sport we play, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, golf, and so on. A little bit of quick proof. As you can see, we put in only $71 and won $2,000 just in one day. So who is this for? This is for sports minds that are looking to spend less and win more than traditional sports betting. We all know that when you put in a bet at $10 and you win that game, you get $10 back. But what if there's a way I can show you where you put in less than that $10 and win significantly more? If you make it to the end of this, I will give you our free fantasy football draft kit. Yes, 100% free. I have nothing to sell here. Look at the massive success we are having. Yes, $2,000 in one day. Again, $1,700 while only putting $37 down. Like I was saying earlier, we put in $1 and won $150 just like that. Again, $2 placed and won $200 just in one day. More massive success, $1,000 just in one day while putting only $58 down. So who are we? Slush Fund Sports was created by Nick Whitelaw, myself, and my colleague Matt Burt. We were just tired of the same bland content by all these quote-unquote experts telling us what to do. We wondered, where is this content coming from and why it's not that good? But at Slush Fund Sports, we are a community and we're here to make sure that you are successful, not just by throwing out a bunch of stats and hoping that you do well. So who am I? I'm just another ordinary guy who just likes having fun and playing daily fantasy sports and winning money. So who am I? I'm just another ordinary average guy who likes to have fun playing daily fantasy sports and most of all, winning money. Here is my colleague and the mastermind behind it, Matt Burt. He was the guy that was able to show me the way and how I can make a lot of money playing daily fantasy sports. When I first started, look, I was not winning any sort of money. Look at $5 to $0, $2 0, $10 0, $25 0. Again, more money lost consistently. It was an epic fail, but I learned my lesson. I learned to trust the process. It takes time to figure out how to consistently cash. I lost money in order to win more. I needed a mentor that can help me figure it out. Even though I knew a lot about sports, I didn't really know how to win. The simple way out to this was playing smarter, not harder. I could never make this work prior to meeting Matt. Once this happened, I immediately started cashing. Look, green everywhere. I finally got my rhythm down, and I want to share this method with you. Look at the results we're having. Putting in $15 and winning $1,000. Once again, $58 and winning $1,000. We are consistently cashing, and we want to share this with you. So we have 3 keys to be extremely successful at daily fantasy sports. The first key is using the value method. The second key is to optimize, optimize, optimize. And the third key is to find answers that few people can access. So the first key I wanted to talk about is the value method. As we can see, value is so important, and guys like Damian Lillard will outplay guys like Reggie Jackson on a day-to-day basis. But also, you'll get guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander outplaying Jimmy Butler. But on paper, Jimmy Butler is the better player. So the problems I had with not playing value was that I could not seem to cash. Players were doing well, and I still just wasn't winning the games I wanted to win. And I didn't know how to find the right players to put in my lineups. Doing it on my own was too much of a risk, and I needed help. The solution: I needed to use statistics and optimization to better my lineup and not hurt it. Doing more research to find the best plays of the day and the players that are going to do well. I also monitored the injury report to make sure that my players that I wanted to play were healthy and ready to go. Once I started doing this, the players I picked started to have the right value, and value that was making me win money. Once again, value is key. Using players that will go beyond the expected projections by the quote-unquote experts. The second key I wanted to talk about is optimize, optimize, optimize. Look at this screen right here. This is an optimization table that we want to help you use. As you can see, we are plugging in the best players possible to make the optimal lineup. So the problems with not optimizing is that if you don't use stats, you're just guessing. And if you guess, you're going to start losing money. We are human and we will not always make the right choices. Common tendencies show that we're going to pick the players that we like versus the right player for that lineup. When you do something like that, you have a small percentage of winning. When you have a small percentage of winning, we all know it's tough to profit. When we use more stats, we find the value. Once we find the value, everything else is taken care of. So how do we do this? Let's look at step one. We need to look at the games. We need to look at the betting lines of each game and figure out what games will produce the highest score. Once we figure that out, we need to analyze the players and see what players on those teams will be the most successful. Is this something that you can decide and figure out on your own? That's why we optimize. We use statistics to help us and build us the ideal lineup. Look at this profit calculation. One entry at $25 will get you $50 if you just barely cash. Let's hype this up a little bit. Let's say we do 150 lineups at $4. The potential cash out is at $600. And that's if you barely cash on each lineup. If you do better, you win a lot more. So let's move on to the third key. Finding answers that only a few people can access. So how do we do this? First, you need to find your inner Sherlock Holmes and start digging. There's going to be certain players that will win you money every day. Not everyone is easy to find. So who are these players? In every slate, like I said, there will be players that aren't picked and even the stats won't be able to pick them. That's what separates good fantasy players from the elite. And our goal is to make you elite. At Slush Fund, we are a community that thrives off your success. And once again, to be extremely successful at daily fantasy sports, you need to use these 3 keys. And we are here to help you do that. Going against these keys is not something you want to do. Going with them will help you significantly. So, how can you achieve the same success we had in fantasy sports? Option 1. You can take years to learn and spend a ton of money on entry fees trying to figure out the right path to success. Or option 2. You can schedule a free strategy call and we can get you started right away. Not everyone is the same, but on this call, we are going to get you massive clarity about what you need to do to move forward with winning cash at fantasy sports. Second, we're going to help you understand the keys you need to be successful and set your goals for what you would like to accomplish. Third, we're going to make a custom tailored game plan once we find out where you are in your fantasy sports journey and the goals you want for this year, plus where you want to go in the future. We help people dominate the competition and we'll show you how it's done. We are looking for our next dream clients, and the 3 types of people we work with are those that are sports minded and have experience in fantasy sports. Second, those that already love the idea of sports betting and winning money. Third, those that want to start making money off their knowledge in fantasy. So who is this for? This is for those that are willing to put in the time to really start developing knowledge for daily fantasy sports. Those that have a steady income and aren't afraid to take risks. And also are ready for a massive change when it comes to your sports knowledge. Who is this not for? This is not for people that don't have much knowledge about sports, because if you don't really have a lot of knowledge about sports, we can't really help you that much. Second, this is not for people that are afraid to take risks and take action to better themselves. We want those people that put in that player that no one else talked about and no one else was willing to put in that can win them a ton of money. Third, this is not for people that aren't competitive and don't want to make cash now. This call is going to be a custom tailored one-on-one strategy for you. This is when we really begin working to figure out what you want and how to make it happen in the fastest time possible. If you are ready, click the I'm Ready button below and you will be directed to a page like this, where you can put in your free time and we will have a 30-minute call to talk about what you want and how we can achieve your goals. Like I said, click the I'm Ready button to get started and we will have a 30-minute call with you in order to determine your fantasy needs and how you can start making money today. Whether you click the I'm Ready button or not, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video on how we make thousands of dollars at daily fantasy sports. Everyone here at Slush Fund Sports wishes you the best on your fantasy season, and we cannot wait to see what you're going to do this year. Have a good one, and hopefully we will talk to you soon.